under the table for 36 hours, how would you feel if you are down there under the table for 36 hours? That, my friends, was an experience of our very own keynote speaker this evening. Honorable guests, fellow distinguished Toastmasters, advocates of compassion and leadership, tonight we are privileged to have with us somebody whom we failed to recognize in our midst. She has been a Toastmaster for 16 years. But I have never heard her being recognized in the district or wherever. Maybe I missed it. But she is one, not just as a Toastmaster, but she is one who is a national icon. It is high time for us to recognize one who has been recognized not just in education, in the community, but in the nation. Our keynote speaker this evening reaches beyond our nation. Tonight we are graced by this person whose life is a harmonious blend of legacy, intellect, artistry, advocacy. She has a voice that has shaped not only our communities, our conversations, but our nation as well. She's one who has demonstrated what it means to speak up, to stand up, and spark change. Have we seen that? Now you have seen what I'm trying to say. Our speaker is a loving mother of 6 and grandmother to 9 children. You may think that she has forgotten a lot, maybe because she has forgotten that we were classmates in graduate school at Ateneo de Manila University. Yes, graduate school. And she also forgot that she was my driver when we were in school. Yes, see? She forgot about it. We would leave classrooms at about 9 o'clock in the evening, and she would drive for us. I never knew that my driver is a national icon in the person of our keynote speaker this evening. She is privileged to be a life partner of our Senator, Secretary Roco, the President whom we never had. We wish he had been our President. Together, they built a legacy rooted in service, education, and integrity. Yet, beyond all these titles and awards, we have somebody here who is a beacon of balance and brilliance. Do you know that she is a magna cum laude from the St. Joseph's College for Liberal Arts? But she was also privileged to finish her master's at the Ateneo, and she did further studies in London. She has nurtured both her family, nation, and school. She's serving as the chairperson of the Student Catholic Action of the Philippines. And she lends wisdom to the Justice Palma Foundation, the International School of Sustainable Tourism. Do you know what PLKE? I said it's plaka. I thought it was music. But she has been involved in this. Pamana ng lahi, arte, kultura, at iba pa. She is really gifted with creative direction of the Jungian-inspired musical play, Halo Halo Tayo. Of course, you must have heard of Carl Jung. He is the well-known author, and our speaker continues to breathe life into the Filipino identity and culture. Born on July 20, soon it will be her birthday a few days from now. Born to Congressman Pablo Malasarte and Petra Cobillo Bohol, her brilliance was evident from young age. An honor student, natural leader, relentless visionary. She was named as the most outstanding student of the Philippines as part of the 10 outstanding students of the Philippines in 1964. Some of you may not have known that. But all these awards are just a drop in the bucket. This includes also her award as Parangal Award for Outstanding Citizen of Quezon City and the Tandem Sora Award in 2023. All these honors reflect her lifelong dedication to education, culture, and politics and environment. She is currently pursuing her doctoral studies in applied cosmic anthropology. So it's never too late to start, my friends, at the Asian Social Institute. This is a testament to her unyielding pursuit of wisdom and relevance. On a personal note, we have here a person who have shown us when we were students back then that you may be working with somebody whom you do not know because she manifested that humility that transcended in our midst. She has the heart of helping people. She has that unmistakable and generous heart and kind to help people. That's why she has a community whom she serves. And it's no wonder they are not just politicians as a family, but they have helped a lot of people. Isn't that enough for us to appreciate and recognize our very own distinguished Toastmaster, Sonia Roco?
Grabe. Diyos ko. I can't believe all the adjectives. Thank you very much, Phoebe, my long-lost classmate. Long forgotten.
Long forgotten. She forgot all about.
Before I start, I'd like just to let you know that tomorrow was the day I got trapped in the Nevada hotel, July 16. And I survived it after 36 hours. And now I'm 35 years old. That's my young age. But if you want to know my real age, I'm 81 on July 20. And still growing beyond and above, correct? So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. I'm seated beside the district director, as they call it, and she's only one because District 75 is the Philippines that she is now head of. Congratulations to the new set of officers led by Toastmaster Carmina Bermas, and to the newly inducted members of Maharlika Toastmasters Club. The officers, mostly men, I noticed. There's only one woman there. Thank you also to DTM Phebe Pendon, your VP for Public Relations, for inviting me to Maharlika Toastmasters Club's 45th year celebration. 20 years of that, we had uh, honored Ed, no? Toastmaster Ed. Tonight, we gather here not just to induct a new set of officers and induct new members, but to ignite a movement. One that encourages us all to speak up, stand out, and spark change. These three powerful statements embody the essence of what Toastmasters is all about. Toastmasters is about empowering individuals to find their voice, make an impact, and transform the worlds they live in. These words are more than just themes. They are the pillars of our growth, our leadership, and our impact as communicators and leaders. I have been a member of Toastmasters for 16 years. Through Toastmasters, I learned that every voice matters. And tonight, I want to share how embracing these three principles have transforming effects in me and how they can transform yours. Let's begin with the first part. Speak up. As I stand here tonight, I'm reminded of my own journey. There were many instances while in school or when I attended conferences when I hesitated to share my ideas, kept my voice quiet, and feared standing up to speak because I was scared of judgment. I was unsure if my ideas were trivial, that they may be questioned, and that even be rejected, and if my voice mattered to be heard at all. Then one day, I decided to speak up, expressing my perspective, my thoughts and feelings about the issues being discussed, and eureka! I discovered I could speak up. I was listened to and got positive responses. I saw doors opening, relationships strengthening, and ideas evolving into action. Speaking up despite fear helps develop confidence, clarity of thinking and speaking, and it showed me that my voice has power to inspire, influence, and initiate change. Fellow Toastmasters, if you come to think about it, every great movement in history, every change we admire began with someone who dared to speak up. Whether it was a voice in the wilderness like John the Baptist, the precursor of Jesus, a whisper of dissent like Rosa Parks, who sparked the civil rights movement in the US, or a bold call for restoration of democracy, as in the bloodless EDSA People Power Revolution of 1986. Speaking up is about courage, authenticity, and heroism. Jose Rizal and Ninoy Aquino are the perfect examples of Filipinos who were brave enough not only to speak up, but in doing, even faced death for their beliefs, for love of God and country. In our journeys through Toastmasters, we learn that practice makes perfect. That effective communication is a skill, one we develop through practice, feedback, and perseverance. When you speak up, you're sharing your ideas, expressing your passions, and advocating for what matters to you. It's about asserting your presence, sharing your unique perspective. Every great activist, leader, or innovator started by saying, "Here is what I believe," and those words changed the world. Winston Churchill once said, Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. But I believe most of all, courage is what it takes to speak, to voice your truth, your dreams, and your convictions. So why is speaking up so vital? Because silence can be deafening, and complacency leaves things unchanged. Your voice, no matter how small it seems today, can ripple outward to create waves of change tomorrow. Now let's talk about stand out. Standing out isn't about being louder than others. It's about being authentic and confident in who you are. It's about embracing your unique perspective, talents, and personality, letting your light shine brightly. It is about owning your story and sharing it bravely. In Sultan's Toastmaster, where I belong, we meet every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. We, the members, generously share our unique stories through the themes for table topics and our prepared speeches, all constructively evaluated by keen listeners, making every session a stand-out learning experience. Toastmasters has taught me how to stand out, being my authentic self. Through the speeches I prepare as best as I can and delivering them in my own unique and creative style. I value the feedback I am given, apply the points for improvement to the next speeches. Toastmasters makes you a true lifelong learner. In a world saturated with voices, standing out means having the courage to be genuine. It means offering your authentic self in every speech, every presentation, every conversation. Standing out is about authenticity. It's about sharing your story in a way only you can. So when you stand out, you become memorable. You become a beacon that others look up to and follow. Whether it's humor, storytelling, or powerful pauses, embrace your individuality. Be memorable. Be fearless. When you stand out, you pave the way for others to do the same. A powerful example is Darren LaCroix, a former Toastmaster world champion of public speaking in the year 2001. Darren struggled with stage fright and was told he'd never be a good speaker. But he embraced his uniqueness, shared his story about overcoming fear, and with perseverance became the Toastmasters world champion. His famous story about embracing failure resonates because he stood out by being genuine, a story that's relatable and inspiring. Another inspiring story, Susan Cain, author of Quiet, who redefined what it means to be introverted. She wasn't loud or boisterous, but her quiet strength, her thoughtful ideas, and her authentic voice made her stand out. Her TED Talk became one of the most viewed, proving that authenticity attracts attention. Toastmasters encourages us to find and develop our own unique style. Authenticity is your superpower. Authenticity breeds connection. When you're true to yourself, you become memorable. And your message will resonate long after your speech ends. I hope this speech will be the same. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So when you stand out, you challenge others to do the same. You are not just another voice. You are the voice. Toastmasters encourages us to develop our unique style, to tell stories that resonate, and to speak from the heart. By standing out, you inspire others to do the same, creating a community of bold, confident communicators who are unafraid to be different. Finally, let's focus on spark change. Change is the heartbeat of growth. Change is what drives progress. It's the reason we step out of our comfort zones and take risks. When you speak up and stand out, you have the power to spark change in your life, in your community, and in the world. President Barack Obama, in his speeches, constantly inspired hope and action. His powerful "Yes, we can" speech mobilized millions to believe in change. But it all started with a single speech, a single call to action. Marcia Richards, a Toastmaster member who initially lacked confidence, volunteered for a leadership role. She gave a speech on community service, which inspired her to start mentoring program for youth in their neighborhood. That small spark led to a ripple effect. More volunteers joined and countless young lives were transformed. Another example is Dr. Martin Luther King, who, despite tremendous opposition, continued to speak out for justice. His "I Have a Dream" speech, delivered from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, sparked a movement that reshaped history. So every speech you give, every leadership role you assume, every moment you choose courage over comfort adds to this ripple effect. Small actions, when combined, can lead to profound transformations. In Sultan's Toastmasters, as a lifelong learner, I've seen the change, the improvement in my communication and leadership skills. Interacting weekly with fellow Toastmasters enriches, engages, encourages us to make learning by doing a pleasurable and enjoyable experience. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with that first brave word or step. As Toastmasters, we are catalysts, sparking change, not just for ourselves, but inspiring others to follow suit. Tonight, I challenge each one of you to embody these declarations. Speak up, voice your ideas, your passions, your truths. Every voice matters. Stand out, be authentic, be memorable, be creative. Spark change. Use your voice to ignite transformation in yourself and in others. Remember, as John F. Kennedy said, one person can make a difference, and everyone should try. Your journey begins the moment you decide to speak your truth, stand firm, and ignite transformation. So, to our new members, to our new set of officers, welcome to a community where your voice matters. To all of us, let us continue to grow, to lead, to transform our lives and our communities together. One speech, one stand, one spark at a time.